Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike other YouTube channels, this is a channel that only showcases shadow Pokemon. So if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe.
So let's get into today's video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at my final sets to get me to Legend in Season 9. So in Season 8, I was the first documented trainer in the world to reach Legend, only using Shadow Pokemon. And in Season 9, we have repeated this feat. And today we are going to be taking a look at my final two sets that got me across the line. The team we are going to be using is my go-to Great League team. It's going to feature a Shadow Skarmory lead with a Shadow Drapion safeswitch and a Shadow Swampert in the closer position. All the Pokemon are on the standard movesets except Drapion. So we've got Skarmory on Air Slash, Sky Attack and Brave Bird. We've got Swampert on its preferred Great League moveset of Mud Shot, Hydro Cannon and Sludge Wave. However, this is where things get interesting. We are using Shadow Drapion on the safeswitch with Poison Sting, Aqua Tail and Sludge Bomb. Yes, I am aware Crunch got a buff this season. However, you really don't want to run Crunch, and I'll tell you why. Because as a safeswitch, we're using Poison Sting, which is a 4.5 EPT move, and Aqua Tail is a 35 energy move. So on the safeswitch, absolutely nothing in the game can outpace it. Mons such as Flygon with Mud Shot and Dragon Claw do tie with it. However, obviously if we're safe switching, we'll be one move ahead. So you can obviously put a lot of shield pressure in and potentially flip them games. So without any further ado, let's take a look at my final two sets. Just a disclaimer, I forgot to record one battle, so we're only actually looking at 9. And in game 1, we pick up an absolutely dreadful lead against Galarian Stunfisk. I am counting Mud Shots and I believe this is only 7. I am slightly doubting myself, however I do call the Rock Slide. We correctly call the Rock Slide, they are staying in. So we are going to start spamming out these Aqua Tails. This first Aqua Tail is going to do around 33-40%. You can see we've almost got it down into health. The opponent now makes a great catch. We're so far ahead in energy, so I think that was more of a guess. But either way, they do make a great catch. Like I said, we're so far ahead in energy. And now Drapion goes for the Sludge. This is why I like Sludge over Crunch. Look how hard this Sludge Bomb hits. We almost take out the Pelipper's remaining health. And due to this, the Pelipper now gets scared and dumps all this energy. We are now going to come back in with our Skarmory. The fact they switched out so late means we're going to spam out Swampert and that Galarian Stunfisk is going to be switch locked. So the Galarian Stunfisk is switch locked. We now fire off this Hydro Cannon. This is definitely going to draw a shield or they're going to let it go. We do draw a shield. They're now out of move. The fact they did bait us means they potentially have got the energy for an Earthquake. We unfortunately get baited and in the back is a Venusaur. So this is not great. The fact that we switched out, we are now switch locked. So we're going to fire this Hydro Cannon. Shadow Swampert, it's so hard. You see it, there's almost half of Venusaur's health. Unfortunately now we do get farmed down. Our Skarmory is super healthy. We do manage to get an Air Slash through. And now this is where you're going to see me make the first mistake of the video. So we are going to take another move. This isn't going to do too much. The fact they're going for Frenzy Plant, it is double resisted as both Steel and Flying resist Grass. You can see now we're outside of Rock Slide range. The Stunfisk, like I said, did bait us. They've got so much energy. They are now at a Rock Slide. I know I survived one, so I let it go. The play I should have done is I should have farmed up to close to 100 energy and went for the back-to-back Brave Bird. However, I fire off a Sky Attack, the opponent calls the bait, and now we're in trouble. However, I think either way, you can see I'm so low on health. I probably would have got Mud Shot down before reaching the back-to-back Brave Bird. So unfortunately, we do go off to a poor start. Let's see if we can recover. So not only are we 0-1 in the set, we now see a Talonflame. I instantly safe swap into Drapion, and this is why I like having Aqua Tail. I time my charge move to not let any free Incinerate through, and this Aqua Tail does over half the Talonflame's health. I know this is probably going to be a Flame Charge, but I am going to shield it up, and I do want to put some shield pressure back on this Talonflame. Once again, I time my charge move really well. The opponent cannot afford to overfarm whatsoever, as this Aqua Tail will grab the shield and only one Poison Sting away from the next one. With this in mind, the opponent is going to have to dump their energy, which they do. And now, although we are going to be taking double boosted Incinerates, I am now going to commit to the Air Slash down. I bring back in Skarmory. You can see these incinerators are absolutely shredding us, but we do manage to successfully farm down. They now bring in Jellicent. I over farm and I try and see if they're going to go for the bubble beam, which they do. This is just 4, so I don't have to shield. We do CMP tie to the Brave Bird. I highly doubt they are going to shield as they have debuff this one. You're going to see Brave Bird still does huge damage. The Jellicent is now energy dry. In the back they've got a Trevenant. I obviously am going to have to shield this up as double super effective Seed Bomb unfortunately would KO. You're going to see right here I over farm and I go straight for the nuke of Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave does hit for neutral as Ghost resist poison and Grass Take super effective. The opponent calls the bait, we're not baiting. We take the Trevenant out with the additional mud shots and now Swampert is primed to close out this game. The Jellicent is going to have to shield up this resisted Hydro Cannon. Once again they fire after 4, this is another bubble beam. So we allow the bubble beam to go through, my switch timer does pop up and now I bring in Skarmory. Once again they fire, this again is a bubble beam. The opponent loves the bubble beam spam, this is not going to KO and Skarmory is going to take game 2. So after losing game 1 we pick up a super tough lead in game number 2, but we managed to pull off the dub, off to a 1-1 start. You can see there going straight for the nuke, not messing around, baiting did win us that game. Ironically, if we would have went straight for the Brave Bird in game 1 we could have been 2-0. In game 3 we pick up the mirror, however we get that really annoying desync, so we're now a turn behind. You can see that the Skarmorys, though they're using the same move, we aren't actually timing our moves correctly. We aren't even aligned, but somehow the opponent gets the denial, so they're actually a whole fast move ahead, which is unfortunate. We then try and deny their move and they get a free one, so they're now 2 fast moves ahead, which obviously isn't ideal. We now get our fast move back, unless they fire off a Brave Bird we will survive. Sky Attack comes through, I now fire off a Sky Attack of my own. I am hoping to draw the opponent's shield, however if they don't shield, I imagine they are going to have to dump their energy. They CMP tie us, which is fine. They're now 3 air slashes away from the next charge move. I'm going to allow Skarmory to go down and I'm going to aggressively poison this thing down with Drapion. Drapion is our safe switch and as always I absolutely love to get ahead in energy. You can see just as they get to the Sky Attack we successfully manage to farm down. They now come in with Swampert. This is not ideal. They're hitting us for super effective with the mud shots while they are resisting our poison stings. However, we are quite far ahead in energy and these Aqua Tails are cheaper than Hydro Cannon and they do quite a nice chunk. We successfully sneak one in, so I'm going to shield up now and I'm going to outpace the opponent to this next Aqua Tail. I overfarm by 1 and fire off this next Aqua Tail. If the opponent does not shield, I'm going to try and aggressively snipe with my own Swampert. The opponent bangs the Hydro Cannon and they come in with a Seismitoad. So this is the Skarmory double mob boy strat. Shout out Battle Bill. This is his signature team. I successfully call the Earth Power and once again Swampert does outspeed this Seismitoad. We managed to get the Seismitoad super low. I am counting the charge move, the fast moves. They're now 1 away from their next move. So if they let it go, which they don't, Swampert is going to get to this next one. We CMP tie. Swampert does win the CMP against Seismitoad and we manage to take them out. The opposing Swampert is going to have to fire their energy because we would mud shot them down. So the Swampert takes out our Swampert and we manage to resist it, poison this thing down and take that game. So GG's to that opponent. And now we are off to a 2-1 start. Moving on into the next game of the video. We pick up a lead against Mandibuzz. If it's on Air Slash, which it is, this is a fairly decent matchup for us. We resist the Air Slash while our Air Slashes hit them for neutral. We even sneak one in, which is great for us. You can see that we're far ahead in health. However, the foul play does hit quite hard. We now try and successfully deny their move and we are successful in the denial. So this game is going much better. Sky Attack does go through. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that much to the bulky Mandibuzz. They now sneak one back. This Sky Attack does draw a shield and I try and catch the Dark Pulse, or foul play, sorry, onto my Drapion. I'm unsuccessful, but the opponent is throwing some energy. Aerial Ace comes through. Aerial Ace isn't a great move. However, it does do a reasonable amount of damage to the squishy Drapion. I go for the Aqua Tail, hoping it KOs, as I did know they're at the next move. Unfortunately it doesn't. So at this stage I am now going to commit a shield as they've stayed in, and I'm going to look to Poison Sting down. I should have went for the sludge there, however, getting the extra energy is really nice. They now come in with a Registeel. This is where you wish you did have Crunch, because we could try and go for the debuff and it would be hitting them with Stab. However, this super spammy Drapion is going to absolutely spam the life out of Registeel. I imagine the opponent is going to want to try and farm to 100. With that in mind, we're going to get to so many Aqua Tails. The third one is now coming through and they're already in the yellow. The opponent now does fire off. They have done 10 seconds worth of energy, so they are actually at the 100. Flash Cannon costs 70 energy, so they've now got 30 energy remaining. They are going to need 4 seconds or 40 turns worth of energy to get to their next move. They have in the back a Venusaur, so I instantly swap into Skarmory. You're going to see here, I know the opponent is going to want to use that Venusaur to take out the Swampert, so I fire off the Sky Attack, but I do no bubble it. I've got very good faith in my Skarmory's IVs. I am not going to shield. I know we will survive, which we do. I'm trying to air slash down desperately. Unfortunately, I'm unable to do so, but like I said, I've saved that shield. So I'm going to be able to shield this move up, which is great. The opponent is now energy dry. We're going to mud shot down the Venusaur, and we've now got the Hydro Cannon locked and loaded, and this is going to be enough to take the game. So once again, GG's to the opponent. Swampert is a Venusaur counter confirmed. Well, not really, but either way we managed to take that game. It looks like now you can see that the lighting has changed somewhat, so this is the first battle of set number 2. So obviously the battle I forgot to record was in the first set. We now pick up a lead against the super annoying Cofagrigus. If you played Sylph this week, or this month, sorry, with Brawler Cup, this thing was everywhere. Obviously it is 7 Shadow Claws to the Shadow Ball, so I am counting and I successfully catch it onto my Drapion. They bring in Metachan. This is pretty decent for us. Obviously counter is neutral, though Sludge Bomb does do around half the Metachan's health. We actually CMP tie. This should be an Ice Punch. They've done 6 counters, which it is. Doesn't quite take us out, however they do manage to farm down. My Skarmory is super healthy, so I am now going to wait my switch timer out and commit to the farm down. Back out comes Skarmory. Like I said, there's no point dumping energy. We are going to be able to tank this neutral Ice Punch, as Ice is super effective against flying and still resist, so it is neutral. You can see the Skarmory is getting low on health. However, we have got so much energy. We're almost at 100. Out comes the Cofagrigus once again. We fire off this Sky Attack, we draw the shield, we bank the earlier energy, and we switch out into Swampert. Once again, we are met with a Grass type in the back. They are already down 1 shield, and I have loaded energy on Skarmory. With this in mind, I go straight for the Sludge Wave. This one-shots the Meganium. Back up comes the Cofagrigus. Swampert is absolutely going to town. We draw the shield. With the Hydro Cannon, the Cofagrigus does manage to farm us down. We've got 2 shields, so I'm going to be able to shield this move up, and we are going to go for the Brave Bird and take this game. So you can see once again there is so much grass waiting for our Swampert, but the goat really doesn't care. We one-shotted another grass type, that Meganium got absolutely obliterated. You absolutely love to see it. Moving on into the next battle. We're picking up all the legends as we are at 29-60. We pick up a lead that I really hate to see. It is Sableye. Sableye is pretty good against most of our team. Swampert unfortunately does lose in the 2 shield. You can see these foul plays absolutely chunk Skarmory. However, they are super squishy as well, so I know this is going to draw the shield. So I fire off this Sky Attack. We've now got shield advantage. I do try and catch the second foul play onto Drapion. I'm unsuccessful. However, I know they've got the energy for the return, so I call the return. We successfully shield that up, and now they switch into a Venusaur. They're obviously wanting to avoid Skarmory, but Venusaur is definitely not a Drapion counter. You can see this Sludge Bomb does huge damage. They are now at the Frenzy Plant. Frenzy Plant is pretty much one of the best moves in the game. It's 2.2 DPE, so even resisted, it does massive damage. I am counting, and as they're at their 5th Vine Whip, I'm going to fire off this Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail is resisted, but is enough to take out the Venusaur. We've now got some nice residual energy for whatever is going to come in the back. I see the Fairy normal typing. I'm not going to mess around here. I'm going straight Sludge Bomb. Let's see if the Wigglytuff wants to commit a shield. They do. So my Drapion does go down. I've now got quite a low health Skarmory. I'm just going to go straight for this Sky Attack because I imagine the opponent would try and catch the Brave Bird onto their Sableye. So Sky Attack now puts it in Hydro Cannon range. I instantly swap out into the Swampert. The opponent makes a great swap into Sableye. However, I'm not sure if that was the play because this is going to take out the Sableye and our Swampert has enough health now to reach the Hydro Cannon and take this game. So once again, Swampert clutching out this game. Swampert is, in my opinion, the GOAT, and I think in this video you are seeing it. So moving on into the next battle, we pick up a lead against Umbreon. This is fairly neutral. Obviously, if we land a Brave Bird, it will do huge damage, and a lot depends on what moveset the Umbreon is using. We managed to sneak in an Air Slash, which is great for us. Let's see what moveset this Umbreon is. They're on Foul Play, so the counts are 4-3, 4-3, as they're at 7. I thought they might throw the back-to-back. Unfortunately, we're unable to catch on our Drapion, so we're going to have to eat this last resort. You can see that it does do a fair amount of damage, probably around 40%. Once again, we are timing our charge moves to not let any free snarls through. This is really important. When you're in these higher ranked battles, you really can't afford to give away any free turns of energy. The opponent once again has the energy for the last resort, and really annoyingly we get baited, which is a bit of a questionable play as I don't really know why they want to bait there, but either way we are going to outpace him to this Sludge Bomb. So we are going to either take him out or draw a shield. We do manage to draw the shield. I know that last resort isn't quite going to take us out. I am now looking to go for this. I didn't know if I'd get to the Sludge Bomb. I was going to say go for the Sludge Bomb. However, I'm just going to go for this Aqua Tail. It doesn't quite take him out, and I do try and snipe with Skarmory. Unfortunately, the snipe is unsuccessful. We get the Air Slash in, and now we've got so much energy for whatever's in the back. Once again, we see the Umbreon Jellicent combo. So Jellicent doesn't shield the first one. We're already at the second Sky Attack. This definitely will get the shield because they haven't really got a choice now. They do shield, and it looks like the opponent is trying to farm us down. You can see on the left hand side my Skarmory IVs are absolutely fantastic, so they should have thrown the Bubble Beam, if they're running Bubble Beam that is. Perhaps they're on twin nukes and we just outpaced them, but either way Skarmory manages to take out the Jellicent, and in the back is a Venusaur. This is a rough spot. We've got a Drapion on about 2 HP and a Swampert against the Venusaur. So the win con for us here is to land the Sludge Wave. I am going to have to shield this move up. I know they've got the Sacrificial Swap in the back. I know the Sack's coming, so you see I don't throw it. There's the Umbreon. We know it dumped this energy. We farm that down. Sludge Wave is going to come through. Is this going to be enough to take out the Venusaur? Sludge Wave lands. Unfortunately it isn't, but we was almost at 100 energy. So we outpace them to the Hydro Cannon, and this time we can actually say Swampert is a Venusaur counter confirmed. You love to see it. So in these matches we are really getting made to work hard, and we are actually 3-0 in our Legend 1 set. We're at 29-60, and this is where you're going to see me absolutely choke. I play this game really appalling, but you're going to see it either way. We don't try and catch the Shadow Ball. We managed to let a Hex through, so already we're playing quite poorly. However, I go for this Sky Attack. We draw a shield. The opponent is now throwing their energy. I shield this up in return. A bit of a questionable shield, but it's not the worst because I can obviously go for this Brave Bird, even debuff. This will take him out. Let's see if the opponent wants to shield. They do shield. So now we are down. We're now up shield, sorry. However, this Drifblim has a lot of energy, so I come in with Drapion because I know they can only hit us with Icy Winds. We don't have to fear the Shadow Ball as it is resisted. So the play here is to get to almost 100 energy. These Drifblims often have a fighter or a steel type like a Stunfisk in the back, so I know if I get to close to 100 energy, I know that the Drapion, even at low health, will have some value. This Aqua Tail should take him out, and I'm now instantly looking to swap out. There's the Metachan. The opponent is staying in. They're at 6. I know it's going to be an Ice Punch, but Swampert is getting absolutely wrecked by counter. So I shield the Ice Punch up. I am now going to have to try and get to 2 Hydro Cannons to take out this Metachan. First Hydro Cannon is going to get him quite low, and the second one will take him out. They actually make a swap into Bastiodon, so the count is 7. So we time my charge move quite poorly, they're at 4. This Hydro Cannon's going to do around half health. I should now overfarm, that's 5. I don't know why I've thrown it, absolute noob move. I should have undercharged it, which I don't, as obviously I'm getting quite low. I now try and get the sludge bomb, you see it light up, so we unfortunately don't get the move off and we manage to lose this game. So in that battle, I should have just went with one more mud shot, then I would have actually had the Hydro Cannon ready, or I should have allowed my Swampert to go down and I could have got the poison sting in to take that game. But either way, 3-1 in the set. Like I said, I did choke, and you can all laugh at how poorly I played that. What a noob. Moving on into this next game. We lead our Skarmory into Nidoqueen, which is pretty good. They switch into Sableye, so I do now want to try and get shields down. My Skarmory doesn't really need any health deal at Nidoqueen. We now switch out into Drapion, up shields, and we are going to be able to take out this Sableye. The Sableye now has enough for the return. I imagine they are going to go straight return. I successfully shield up the return. I'm going to look to try and poison sting down. We do unfortunately not manage to do it, but this is just a foul play. Foul play is resisted. We tank that, no problem, and we do actually manage to poison sting down. Our Drapion is now absolutely loaded full of energy. Let's see what the opponent brings in. The fact I've shown Aqua Tail means they come in with Mandibuzz. They're obviously expecting us to be on Aqua Tail Crunch. Unfortunately for this opponent, that is not our moveset. We hit him with a Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb does quite a lot of damage to the really bulky Mandibuzz. This second one is going to get him into the red. And it looks like they are trying to air slash us down. We actually CMP ties 5 air slashes to the aerial ace. We win CMP, so this is going to get rid of the Mandibuzz. They're obviously saving their shield for the Nidoqueen, and we have a Swampert in the back. So this is going to be a 4-on-1 set. They haven't even built up to the earth power. They've only done 5 poison jabs, so I'm not going to bother shielding that. We get to the back-to-back Hydro Cannon. This first one will grab the shield. If they choose to shield, they probably should let it go. They do shield it up. Like I said, we're at the back-to-back, and this is going to be enough to take this game. So after really ballsing up in game number 4 and playing like an absolute noob, we managed to recover and we go 4-1 in set number 2. Will we manage to get the 40 points we need to hit legend? Let's find out. We get the Seismitoad lead. Let's hope it reward I should say. Let's hope it doesn't take 100 balls to catch. We catch it in the first ball, we claim our reward, and there it is. 3,005. So we did actually lose 2 games in our 2 sets today. Obviously in the first game I could have went straight Brave Bird and I would have actually won that game, and in the last match for some strange reason, I know the counts are Bastiodon, I absolutely hate Wallface. I should have built up to 7, should have CMP tied him on the Stone Edge, and I would have had the Hydro Cannon ready to go to take out the Medicham. I actually thought I had a Sludge Bomb ready, which I didn't. I was actually 1 poison sting short. So we made a comedy of errors in game 4, but either way, we do manage to go 8-2 overall. We started the day on 2,917 and we ended it on 3,005. So those were the 2 sets that I did in Open Great League. They're actually the only 2 sets I've done, and they were enough to hit legend rank. This team is a team I'd highly recommend. You can see I could have went a perfect 10-0, but with that in mind, obviously some of the team comps we did face obviously we did land some nukes, so we perhaps could have lost some of them, but either way this team is really solid. If you're looking for a team that you'd like to hit legend with, you can run this team. If you also want to run a triple shadow team, I think this team's quite forgiving. I think any team where you have a solid core such as Swampert and Skarmory, they're quite easy to navigate, especially for the first time using shadows. And Drapion on this moveset is a perfect pivot, because obviously Skarmory you have to swap out of the tanks. Having Aqua Tail, you have some play there. Obviously Swampert doesn't want to see the grass, and obviously Drapion does really well against grass. So that is my thinking behind the team. So like I said, this is the 2nd season in a row we've reached legend only using shadow Pokemon. If you follow the channel, I really appreciate the support. You can now post below what you want to see me do in the last week. I am going to take it quite steady, I have a few days off, but we're going to be back at it in season 10 and we're going to reach legend for the 3rd consecutive season only using shadow Pokemon. So just like to say thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.